Hi everybody, Marika here. Well, today I want to talk about Passover. We retell the story every single year when we open up the Haggadah. But this year, I noticed something that I think all of us somehow overlook, and it's very simple yet extremely profound. My first question to all of you is, how did we end up as slaves in Egypt? Well, the answer is it started when the brothers sold Joseph into slavery. Because once Joseph went down to Egypt, that paved the way for eventually everyone to go down to Egypt. So really, because we sold our brother into slavery, we ended up all becoming slaves. Now, how did we leave Egypt? Where did the beginning of the redemption start? I would argue it started when Moses' mother, Yocheved, and his sister Miriam risked their lives by saving Moses, since all the baby boys were being killed by the Pharaoh's decree. They risked their lives to send Moses in the ark in the Nile and save him. And so when you think about it, our redemption started because those two women risked their lives to save Moses, and then Moses, of course, became the right-hand man of God to help us leave Egypt. So it's fascinating. You know, when you think about it, that one person's actions affects everybody. If you hurt a life, eventually everyone will get hurt. And if you save a life, everyone eventually gets saved. Now, I think it goes even a little bit deeper, because what's the idea that we are trying to get everyone to think about when we read the Haggadah? It's that there's only one God, right? It wasn't the Pharaoh that was a God. It's not Moses that took us out of Egypt. It was God himself, and only God. But we are all created in the image of God, as it says in Genesis, B'Tselem Elohim. And I would argue that to be created in the image of God means just like God is one, there's only one God, maybe all of humanity is also one, that we're all connected in a way we don't even realize. My actions affect so many more people than just me. And so the more selfless and giving humanity is, the more humanity wins. The more selfish and the more mean and vindictive humanity is, eventually it all comes back to haunt us. God's telling us we are in control of our destiny, but it's in how we treat one another, because that's the power that we have. And it's just something that I don't think we think about every day, but it also says in the Talmud that somebody who saves one life, it's as if they save the whole world. And nothing could be more true or back up my theory than that thought. So this year in Passover, when you want to think about how you want to leave your slavery, whether it's being a slave to money or being a slave to your job or being a slave in so many different ways, right? Because most of us today, thank God, are not physical slaves. Maybe the answer is when we help each other get out of the slavery that we're all in. We all leave slavery together. Sometimes it's hard to, they always say a prisoner can't release themselves from prison. It's so much easier to help another person with the same struggle that we have. So if we all start looking out for one another, if we all start to try and help somebody else who has, let's say, the same issue that we have, it will be so much easier for us to also eventually get out of our own way. And maybe that's the secret to life. Maybe that's the secret to our own success. We just haven't realized that everything is connected, that all humans are connected to one another. Anyways, I want to wish all of you a Shana Tova. Wow, we're not in Rosh Hashanah. A happy, happy Passover. May you be freed from whatever is holding you back from all the successes and all the joy that you want to obtain this year. Happy holidays.